So this is take number 2 for yellow cake because I wasn't very happy with the chocolate buttercream. And when I realized I had already given the cake away to friends, so I need to be 100% happy in order to upload this on my blog. So what I'm gonna do is redo the yellow cake recipe and do my own chocolate buttercream, so I can also share the recipe with you. So here we go. Baking powder and salt. It says a half a teaspoon. I'm gonna do a heaped half a teaspoon. Okay. Whisk. The first time I used my my very trusty cups and measuring cups and measuring spoons. This time I actually weighed. I weigh in the past tense all my ingredients just to test the theory that everyone says if you don't weigh it, it doesn't come out right. I usually use my measuring spoons and cups, and my recipes always come out right. My biggest judge is my mother, and last time I loved the yellow cake, but she said she found it too dry. So I was like, maybe I should measure. That's the only reason I'm measuring. I approve the recipe. My mom, well, she doesn't bake cakes, so she shouldn't judge. She bakes other stuff, but not cakes, so she shouldn't judge. Let's see. All right. Blah, 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 blah. Cream the butter and sugar in a stand mixer. I have the mixer right here. I'm gonna cream everything. Half cup butter is 113 grams. I always weigh my butter, if that makes you feel better. 113 grams. See, last time I had weighted everything because I took pictures of it. This time, I'm doing it as I go. Come on, a little bit more. Also, in the United States, the butter is kind of pre-measured, so on the paper, it says like, this is quarter cup or 1 cup or whatever. Here in Europe, not so much, so you have to kind of weigh. Some of them have the measurements, but they're not very accurate from testing from experience. All right, so cream the butter and sugar. Sugar, 250 grams. I am going to weigh 250 grams of sugar. I have my tubs of sugar and flour right under the mixer. I'm a Virgo, so when it says 250, it has to be 250. Like 249 won't cut it. Such a perfectionist. Okay, so cream this stuff together. Paddle attachment. If you don't know, this is it. And because this is being filmed on the 19th of November, I have a Christmas spatula because we don't celebrate Thanksgiving here, so we kind of skip from Halloween to Christmas. Even though I love Thanksgiving. Who doesn't want to eat turkey? All right. The only thing I haven't done as instructed is preheat the oven, because my oven is a professional one, so it makes a lot of noise. It's not the kind you have in your house. So because I don't want background noise on this video, I'm gonna leave it for later. I'm gonna do the cake, and I'm gonna preheat the oven without you guys listening into it. All right, so I'm gonna cream this. Meanwhile, I'm gonna add the oil and vanilla. Okay, so where's the oil? 60 ml, quarter cup. I'm gonna do quarter cup on this because you can't go wrong with oil. There's no air in it. So in case you didn't know, the whole thing about measuring your flour is that it could have air in it or it could be dense. So if it has air, a quarter cup, for example, will weigh less than flour that doesn't have air. So if it's packed, it's going to be heavier in the quarter cup. So technically, it's better for your cakes if you measure your flour. I don't know if you have to do that with sugar. Maybe if you're using castor or regular granulated sugar. I always use the same type of sugar, so I don't measure it. I don't weigh it, I measure it. Getting confused here. Okay, so 60 ml, a quarter cup vegetable oil, 3 eggs at room temp. I put my eggs on the counter earlier this afternoon. If you can see outside from that window, right there, it's dark out. So they've been sitting out for a while, and 2 yolks. So I'm gonna go get everything, start creaming that. I'm gonna pause you for a little bit because this makes a lot of noise, and I'll be right back. So this is creamed butter with sugar. And now I will add the oil and vanilla. The ingredients are not in order that you put them in together, that you combine them. Usually I'm used to the recipes having the ingredients by order used. So I keep reading back and forth. Usually I'm faster at this, okay? Okay, add the oil and vanilla, mix to combine, then scrape down the bowl, and then you add the eggs. When do you add the buttermilk? See, there's buttermilk. We don't have buttermilk here in Cyprus, so I make my own. And you know what? Until I give you my recipe, you can email me and I will, or comment me below with your contact info, and I will email you the recipe. Maybe. Okay, so I'm adding the oil. I'm gonna put this on slow. I hope it doesn't make a lot of noise. It does. I'm gonna add this on my mixer. And 1 tablespoon vanilla. Tablespoon. That's a lot of vanilla. Okay, so I added the oil and vanilla. I'm gonna scrape down the bowl, and then I'm gonna add all the eggs. Okay, so that's gonna be 3 eggs and 2 yolks. I already have 1 yolk from another cake, but I only used the whites. Sorry, brain fart moment. So I'm gonna scrape, well, yeah, see, all the butter is underneath. So scraping down the bowl, very important step. And not getting it all over your spatula. I made a mess. See, that's why you're not seeing this. By the way, this already smells fantastic from all the vanilla. So we're gonna add the eggs. I'm gonna turn this on again and do the eggs 1 at a time. I'm gonna start with the 1 yolk I already have, and then start breaking the eggs in my bowl. I'm really messy today. All right. I break my eggs 1 by 1, just in case. I've had a rotten egg before, and let me tell you, not only does it smell like death, it's green. So you don't wanna have already your eggs and then have one that's rotten that falls into your rest of the eggs, because then you're gonna throw all of them away. That's 1. And 2, if you get the shell inside, it's easier to take out if you have to spot it. I wouldn't want any of my cakes to have shells. No bueno. Usually I do the yolks ahead of time. just in case my egg breaks, my yolk breaks. But I'm gonna do this in a separate bowl so I can use the white for another cake I'm baking tomorrow. If only I can find my bowl. I'll be right back. Let me show you. Nice and creamy. So now we're gonna add the flour mix that we did before and the buttermilk and alternating batches, is that how it will be called? So we're gonna start with the flour and finish with the flour and do the buttermilk in between. What does it say here? Alternating batches, I said that right. All right, yeah, usually when it's not a big cake, you do flour, buttermilk, or milk, and flour. If it's a lot, you can do that again. Flour, milk, flour. Okay, so this is my little buttermilk mix that I make. And here we go again. I'm sad you can't see the mixer, but I've had trouble with my camera tripod thing because I got one of those cheap ones and the camera keeps moving, so I kind of placed this on a stack of a cake stand. Basically I placed my phone on a cake stand so you can see me while I do this and you cannot see this, but that's okay because you don't care. You're just here because I talk a lot, right? Slowly. We could do that. And I'm gonna finish off with the rest of the flour. That I cannot do with you watching. I can't hold the phone like that. Right. So if at the point where you're adding your buttermilk, your mix looks separated, you should fret not, my friend. That's normal. So let me show you. It looks like that. It's because we added the buttermilk. So once I add the flour, this should look lovely. So let's see. So here it is. Wait, let me open this. Nice and creamy, huh? All right, so what I'm gonna do now, because I'm gonna turn the oven on and you're not gonna be able to hear anything, I will measure in my pans. That didn't sound good. I will measure the cake in my pans. What I do is I know how much the bowl of my mixer weighs. So what I do is I weigh the whole thing. I subtract the weight of my mixer bowl, and then I have 3 pans. So I'm gonna divide what's left by 3 and then go a little bit lower. So if, for example, I have 900 grams, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna put in each pan 300 grams, but because that doesn't always come out as perfect as that, I'm gonna, in my head, do 285 to 290. And then if I have any teaspoons kind of quantity left, I will add that in my pans. So yeah, I always weigh my cake layers, always. So, and as I said, I'm a Virgo, so I'm gonna say adamant, for not a lack of a better word, but because this is kid friendly. Okay, let me make sure this is, yeah, sure is. Okay, I did say I was gonna turn on the oven, but I don't know, I kind of want you to see the process. Here we go. So I'm gonna tear my scale. I'm gonna tear my scale. Okay, 1971. My calculator's on my phone, so I'm gonna have to pause you. Okay, so what I got is 398 grams. So I'm gonna aim for 380 grams, because some batter is gonna be on the spatula, some batter is gonna be in the mixer bowl, so I'm gonna do 380, and if I have any left, I'll just add teaspoon by teaspoon. All right, kind of spread out here. 380. I'm gonna put the pan on the scale and I'm going to tare it. This should be a video on its own, by the way. What did I say? 380, 100, 200, 292, 379. All right, I'm gonna tare it again. 350, 385. See, and that happens. Sometimes you put more than what you're supposed to. Sorry if that was loud. I'm gonna tare again. Should be able to put the whole thing in here. Now I'm all stressing. Do you think this is not gonna be moist? I'm gonna kill my mom. She's stressing me out. 390, so this last scrape I'm gonna put in the first one. And see, there's some stuff left, so. All right, I'm gonna preheat the oven, put this in, I'll see you later. So the recipe says to bake for about 30 minutes. I baked for 22 because I know my oven, so I knew this would be baked faster. I'm like lost for words. Plus, I mean, I can't concentrate with this little mitten here. It's like the best. So these are perfectly baked at 22 minutes. So I put a cake tester inside. I stopped the video by mistake. So I put a cake tester inside and it came out clean. Plus, let me show you. The cakes are coming off the sides of the pans. Do you see that? That means they're done. So they're a bit domed, but I'm gonna level them with a serrated knife. So I'm gonna bake another cake for a customer while these cool, and it's already late, so I'm gonna bake the customer's cake and then I'm gonna leave this to cool until tomorrow morning. I'm going to do the chocolate buttercream tomorrow, and I'll see you guys then. Good morning, everyone. You don't know it's a different day other than my apron. That's frosting bar apron. If you've been following my blog, Frosting Shots, then I think in my second blog post I mentioned my friend Phoebe, where we grew up together, and she gifted this to me for Christmas. So I think it's one of the best presents I ever got. I say that for all my presents, but this one's special because she like really nailed it. I can't, it's too early. See, it's morning time outside. The little window we were talking about last night. Okay, so what I'm doing today, talking a lot. I made my coffee. This is my second cup of coffee. It's a Freddo espresso. If you don't know what it is, comment below. I'm gonna do my own chocolate buttercream is what I'm doing today for that yellow cake we did yesterday. As I mentioned, or maybe I didn't, but I'm gonna mention it now. The yellow cake is not my own recipe. I borrowed it from I'm testing it from a famous food blogger. I'm gonna write all the information below so that you can find his recipe on his blog, because it's not my recipe, so I should give credit when credit is due. Now, I tested his chocolate buttercream that was paired with the yellow cake. I found it a little bit too sweet and not too chocolatey. That's my own personal opinion, as I think if it was paired with a chocolate cake, it probably would have been fantastic. But for me, because I wanted the intensity of the chocolate, I'm gonna do a different buttercream. I'm gonna add more chocolate, and instead of using milk for the ganache, I'm gonna use cream. So I kind of made up the recipe from experience, and it's kind of like I was at work and I was doodling, and it's kind of like right there. So oops, sorry. So yeah, this is my agenda. So I hope this comes out good, because I'm giving this cake to a friend for his grandma's birthday, and he's gonna test it for us. Problem is, I forgot I'm giving the cake away, so I can't cut into the cake before I give it away, so I can actually taste it. So this should be fun. My friend Mario will let us know. So, okay, I'm gonna gather the ingredients and let's start. Okay, so I warmed up the cream and added the chocolate chips. If you don't have chocolate chips, just break up your chocolate bar into small squares so that they melt easily. I'm going to combine the butter with the cocoa powder. I should do that. And then I'm gonna beat the butter in the mixer, in the mixer, and I'll be right back. So I'm using, for now, I'm gonna see how that goes. I have a cup of butter, which is 113 grams, and 225 grams of powdered sugar, which is 2 cups. So I beat my butter. I creamed my butter, actually not beat, I creamed my butter. I have my chocolate ganache, and I have my melted butter with the cocoa powder. I'm going to now add my cocoa powder with the melted butter and the rest of the butter. If I can get a small enough spatula to go in there. This works. I'm gonna beat everything together. I'm a little bit stressed because I haven't done this recipe before. So I don't know if it's gonna come out right, but I wanted a more ganache frosting rather than the American chocolate buttercream. I'm struggling here, but I got it. My salt. And I always sift my powdered sugar. Always. So I'm gonna do that while this is beating. This is just the butter with the melted butter and the cocoa powder. And then let's move on to the powdered sugar. Powdered sugar all mixed in, and now I'm gonna add the ganache. Basically, I'm gonna write everything down in my blog. You can print out the recipe, and I'm gonna show you what the frosting looks like. It needs to be refrigerated, so it's a very important step, or it's gonna be too watery. So my hair is all over the place today, sorry. Here you go. This is the frosting. This needs to be refrigerated, but see how chocolatey it is? It has less butter and less powdered sugar and more chocolate and cream. Even though it needs to be cooled, I'm gonna try a little bit. This is too much, but okay. I haven't tried it yet, so I hope it tastes good. Yes, this is a guess. This is all chocolate. So I'm gonna refrigerate it. I'll put it in a separate bowl, in a smaller bowl, and I'm gonna cover it with saran wrap, cling film, whatever you call it where you are, plastic wrap. And I'm gonna make sure the plastic wrap touches the top of the chocolate so it doesn't create a skin while it gets cold. So I'm gonna do that, bake a carrot cake for a customer, and I'll be right back with our chocolate ganache type of frosting. Buttercream? No, it's not buttercream, it's frosting. Because it's not heavy on the butter, right? I think so. So this is what I'm doing. See how it's touching? So it doesn't create that skin. I can't put the phone down. It's going straight to the fridge. I'll be right back. Okay, so it's been an hour. My oven is on because I have a carrot cake inside. So I'm taking this out. And this is what it looks like. So it's a bit soft. It's not dense. But it's not watery either. Like, it won't come out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this in the bowl of my mixer. And I'm gonna whip it so I get like a whipped frosting. And I hope it comes out good. Oh my God. We're gonna find out. I keep saying that, but I'm a little bit nervous. I shouldn't be, because usually when I improvise, I get really good recipes. And I never write them down. So this is great because I'm telling you what I'm doing. And even if you might not see all the videos that I recorded my process. So I'm gonna have proof of what I did so I can repeat this and share the recipe with you. If it's good, it's good, it's good. Believe in yourself, girl. All right, I'm gonna put this in the mixer, whip it up, and show you what it looks like. See how the color changed? It's lighter now. I'll whip it up a bit more and show you. See how much lighter it is? I need a spatula. I need to try this. I don't have a spoon. They're all just washed. So let me see. Let me see. I love it. It has the perfect balance between chocolate and powdered sugar. The texture is nice and creamy. I'm gonna have to beg my friend to cut me a slice and bring it over. I need to try this cake. Why did I ever agree to give it to him? It's so that I don't eat it. That's why. All right, let's stack. Ready. My trustworthy spatula. Let me close the door. Ready. Okay. I always put a little dab on my board so that the cake sticks on there. I already leveled my cakes. Oh, this looks so good. I really want to put sprinkles on it, but my friend hates sprinkles, so he's gonna kill me if I do that. But sprinkles are fun. I'm very thankful I have friends who are willing to be my guinea pigs. So now he has to tell me if the cake is moist, because my mom said it was dry. And then actually the best judge for that would be my mom, because she had the other one. But I'm giving this away. In case you haven't noticed, I already regret giving it away. All right. Whoop. Sorry. Dropped it. Okay, it's a bit wobbly, so I'm gonna put this in the fridge for about 5-10 minutes, just so that, you know, the frosting kind of sets a little bit, and I'm gonna come back and cover it. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna do the sides first. Still wobbly. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in the fridge. I'm gonna let it set. I want the top to be smooth because I'm writing a message for for the birthday girl. It's my friend's grandma. And then I'm gonna do that rough with the spatula finish that I also did in my previous cake, my previous version of this, and that one had sprinkles. And that's the one suggested by the blogger. I'm using his recipe, so I want to be true to his recipe, even though I'm using my buttercream. I want to go like this. Ooh, you know what? When I cut off the cake to level it, I kept a little piece. So now I can try with a little bit of buttercream. Let's see. Let's see. I'm happy. I'm really happy. Very happy. I think I'm drooling. Not bad. Tasty. Okay. Okay, so this grandma has certain things she cooks on certain days. So my friend said, depending on what day we throw the party, I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna write. Now it says that there's gonna be pasticcio tomorrow. So I'm assuming they're gonna have the birthday today and they're gonna have pasticcio for lunch tomorrow.